So, I'm very pleased to say that some very interesting information has come to light in the Jelani Day case. It's been being worked on all the way along, kind of in the background. Some very interesting, insightful information. Really makes you open up your horizons. So, look forward to that. That's next here on the JTC channel. Thank you. Jelani Day case. A short update. Carmen Day has lost more than most people can imagine and still has not found her son, the reason for the disappearance. Jelani Day, the official graduate student from ISU, University of Illinois, disappeared in August and was reported missing by the professor and other family directly afterward. I want to find out what happened, and I want the people who did it to be held responsible for these actions. At 25 years old, Jelani was studying to obtain the graduate degree he officially went for in speech pathology as a master's degree because he wanted to help others who did not have a voice. On August 24th, the day Jelani was seen, he got coffee at a Starbucks near the ISU, or Illinois State University Library, at 7:20 a.m., even though he wasn't expected in class until very late. Jelani was captured on the security surveillance, wearing black pants and a blue button-down shirt. 2 hours later, Jelani was caught on camera a second time. This time, he was wearing shorts and a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt at a marijuana dispensary directly inside Bloomington. Jelani's mother states he bought marijuana, but suddenly disappeared. Carmen Day wonders what caused Jelani to leave campus and change out of these clothes when he had an important class. Was he texting someone or his cell phone? If so, what was in the messages? She believes the answer about what happened is on the phone. 2 days after Jelani Day disappears, the car was found in a wooded area with the license plate scratched out. Over the next week, Jelani Day's wallet, his iPhone, and other particular survival gear were found in locations across the Illinois River. A partially clad, decomposed body was found on the bank of the river, upstream from where his car was parked. They still have not been able to explain why it was there, investigators claim. Some questioned the determinations that were made, and they noted that Jelani Day knew how to swim and was a member of his high school swim team. Is there a chance that Jelani Day took his life? Jelani has never had any inclination to ever harm himself, so investigators doubt that this was the reason. She feels they would have worked harder if her son was not a person of color. I blame the Bloomington police. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump stated Reverend Jesse Jackson has committed to help Carmen Day obtain these answers. I didn't want to be an interference. Bloomington police declined NBC5's request for an interview. However, recent emails extracted from the phone have shed new light on the investigation. They also claim certain DNA was found on Jelani Day's very special Nike tennis shoes. So someone else was apparently with Jelani Day right there at the river when the interesting disappearance occurred. He then became a missing person directly after that. And you can look this up, folks, by reading the newest news article. This is very serious, in-depth study. There's a lot that really can be learned from this. So be certain to continue to spread the word, get this out there, get this out to the general public as well. Get a lot more people to be looking directly at Jelani Day's case, of course. This is another update. Thank you. Chicago's local FBI unit has renewed attention once again to the Jelani Day case, reminding the public that a $10,000 reward for information related to ISU student and Illinois University graduate Jelani Day, as well as his homicide, is still being offered today. Day 25, he was reported missing on August 25th after he failed to reply to messages from family and the professor as well. His car was found in a wooded area directly next to the Illinois River. His case went national following a lot of media coverage of Gabby Petito and the subject of global attention after she ended up going missing in Wyoming on September 11th. Critics have noted that missing people of color do not get that attention. Authorities have stated again in renewed calls for the fact that Jelani Day was seen on the morning of August 24th at Beyond Hello Dispensary in Bloomington, Illinois. Security video had showed Jelani Day wore a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt and hoodie, a Detroit Lions baseball hat, light-colored shorts, and black shoes while at this actual dispensary. His clothing was found in the car, per the police report. The FBI also announced an official $10,000 reward had been increased in December. It was part of a nationwide multi-platform social media campaign designed to assist the Jelani Day Joint Task Force to, quote, seek new leads regarding Jelani Day's final hours and the identification of witnesses. So very interesting. And they have not interviewed Cara Boaster. So, once again, I appreciate all of you continuing to get the word out and spread this case. Get it out to the mass audience. Get it to the general public's awareness so that they can weigh in on this very important case and this tragedy that has befallen the people of Illinois. Thank you. People need to be made aware of just how agonizing the experience has been on Carmen Day and Jelani Day's family. The exact moment Jelani Day mysteriously became a missing person around 1 year ago. A lady I went to high school with who experienced losing her son a year and a half ago was found dead in the Ohio River. She still has no idea what happened to him. The police have no idea. She has lived in agony ever since his body was discovered. Much like Jelani Day, he wasn't found for more than 8 days. That's a long time to be in the water. Last night at the Bloomington City Council meeting, one of Jelani Day's brothers spoke at the public comment forum. His mother spoke out. The pain this family endures is unfathomable. You can hear Jelani Day's brother at 2:40 and his mother at 10:25 in this video on the website. I'm thankful Jelani Day's mother was not shut off after 3 minutes. She needed to speak and get her message completely out in public. The Bloomington police have a good track record for solving crimes. I am confident they are doing everything possible in their power to find out what occurred with Jelani. I hope they know more than they have told the public right now. I'm a fan of true crime mystery shows, but one common thread is the family always calls the lead detective frequently to make sure the loved one in question is not, for some reason, forgotten. Unfortunately, some of the crimes take years or decades to solve because all leads tend to go in no direction at all. Some deaths are never solved, and others, sometimes only conscious forces, end up bringing resolution to these cases. I sincerely pray that it doesn't take this long in the case of Jelani Day. I am confident that many people here grieve with the family today. We need to know what happened to Jelani. Jelani's mother, Carmen, uses a name she calls the city manager. It was not Tim Gleason in this particular case. She thinks it was a hate crime this time. No evidence of it has been released, of course, by the police that I'm aware of yet. We won't know until officially they give updates or the case is solved. If you are a praying person, add Jelani Day's family to your prayer list today. So, very interesting and very well spoken as well. So thank you. Go ahead and get Jelani Day's case and get his message and everything that they've spoken about, the events of what happened, and the different interesting suspects that we've uncovered. Get this out to the general public. Let's get this out to the wider general audience. A lot more people need to weigh in on what they feel about Jelani Day. Thank you. Right here, the JTC channel. One last final key, crucial piece of evidence in the Jelani Day unfolding case. 6 weeks after Jelani's body was found in the Illinois River, a man driving on I-55 north of Bloomington pulled over to secure a mattress tied to the roof of his car. I want to know who's involved. Who was the last conversation with? Said Jelani's brother DeAndre, after they discovered Jelani's cell phone was the item that fell off the back of this car. So essentially they found the phone in the same area of the interstate where Jelani had traveled before. And someone had picked it up. And they apparently didn't know what to make of it. And they just, they dropped it off. They'd attempted to drop it off at kind of a vendor's kiosk in Walmart. And then they just realized, they had someone else's phone. So they were determined to get it back to Jelani's mother. They have not been able to get inside this type of iPhone, and they tell me the software is only available for certain iPhones. Jelani used a iPhone 12 Max. Police sources close to the investigation state that Jelani's Verizon cell phone records show the iPhone was turned off at 9:21, right as he entered the Beyond Hello dispensary. Then his cell phone lost its signal from the car onto the roadside off of I-55 north of Bloomington. NBC5 investigators obtained heavily redacted police emails through the FOIA Act. One email refers to extraction report Apple iPhone and notes different persons with 23 chats and 17 messages. Now see, my concern with that, and I will put that out here on the record, is now that we have these actual chat messages, there could be messages in there directly from Juan Galarza, who was a professor and teacher at the school. That's correct. And if there are some messages in there from Galarza, then that at minimum finally puts him kind of officially in the suspect category. But what types of messages did they find, right? We don't know what types of messages they found. Despite national attention in Jelani's case, the family says no one came forward. Police recovered Jelani's car from a wooded area in Peru. The licensed VIN number was removed, and they found a partially smoked marijuana blunt. There was a journal, perhaps a clue, of Jelani's state of mind at the time he disappeared and ended up being found in the river. Police would not comment on the contents of the journal, but we do know there was no suicide note. More puzzling was the discovery of Jelani's sneakers and shorts on a riverbank north of where his body was found, where the items while the items were said to contain DNA. It was not Jelani's and still was not identified as of this writing. So the items like the sneakers, the shoes and things actually contained another person's DNA. So that's why I wanted to point out about what was discovered here. So a lot of very important updates that can be taken away from this particular case. So I appreciate, if you can go ahead and get the word out spread it out there to the general public more so that they can weigh in on this. Every bit of support is appreciated now. The LaSalle coroner report that was clearly doctored stated that Jelani drowned. But another updated report has since said that the original coroner's report, was simply possibly just a forgery, was not a legitimate coroner report. And so what they're saying in the updated coroner report is that this was definitely foul play. That's what they're starting to say. And so I wanted to report that because we're at a very, very critical stage, that I would say, with this particular case. So let's continue to get the word out and spread it among the people. For Jelani and Jelani's mother, let's bring the answers on her son home. Thank you.